Welcome to Lou Jones Inspires. And today I want to talk about find your flow, fulfill your purpose. A few years ago, I was in prayer and God put on my heart a particular book to write. And He actually gave me the title. And that title was called Unstoppable. Now, I didn't know exactly what book to write, but I knew that He had spoke to me. And it wasn't until about 2 years later when I found myself in prayer again and it came up in my spirit. And I'm like, whoa, where am I going to find the time to write this book? But when He told me the second time, I heard it clearly. It was a book on affirmations. But the thing is, I was a busy person, right? I mean, I have a full-time job. I'm a husband. I'm a father. Where am I going to find the time in the day to write a book? But I felt that calling, that guidance really strong to write this book. So hence the title, Find Your Flow, Fulfill Your Purpose. Now, my purpose is what I call my mission statement in life, and that is to inspire and equip people to reach their fullest potential. That's my mission statement for my life. So everything I do lines up with that. So when I think about finding your flow to fulfill your purpose, I believe within fulfilling your purpose, whatever that thing is that's on your life, along the way, along that journey, because I believe for me, it's speaking, it's preaching, it's motivational messages and encouraging people, right? But I never realized it could also be through a written book that people will get and it start blessing their life in some way. So when God put on my heart to write this book, my next thought was, where am I going to find the time? As busy as I thought I was. I thought I didn't have the time, but here's the key. You have to find a flow in your day to fulfill that purpose that God has put on your heart. And that's where the title comes from. Find your flow, fulfill your purpose. So one of the purposes I believe that God had placed on my heart was to write this particular book. And you may call that, maybe you can call it an assignment along the way. And I'm reminded of a few weeks ago, I took my son to a swimming lesson. And at this particular community center, they have a lazy river. And he wants to get there early and play with his dad in the lazy river. So we go around playing tag, right? And I noticed in this particular lazy river, there's a flow, there's a current. And if you go with the current, it will take you in a particular direction. It's a little easier, right? There's progress when you get in the flow of the current. But I noticed when I turned around to try to go against the current, man, there was a lot of pushback. There was no progress, really. There was little progress. It wasn't as easy if I went with the flow. And that reminded me of when I started to write my book. I had to find time in my day, which I thought, or in my week, on a consistent basis, I had to find those pockets of time to write this book that I believe God had placed on my heart. And I think that goes the same for a lot of us. God has spoken to you about something that He wants you to do, something He wants you to pursue. But the next question is, where do I find the time? And I believe you can. And so that's where finding your flow comes into place. When I was in that lazy river with my son and I'm trying to catch him, right? It was like, hold on, just go with the flow, Lou, because if you go with the flow, as you go in the right direction, it carries you along to your destination, right? I'm trying to reach a particular goal. My goal was to catch up with my son and tag him, right? Your goal may be to do a particular thing or reach a particular milestone, whether it's promotion on your job or starting a business, right? But in order to do that, you have to find the time to go to that next level. One of the things it might be mentally, one of the things it might be studying or preparing in some type of way. So for me, it was finding the time to write this book. And when I say find your flow, you have to find the flow in your current schedule. And you have to make time as well. One of the things I did to find that time I needed to write my book was look at my daily schedule, right? I get up in the morning, I go work out, sometimes 4:30, 5 in the morning. I go do my boot camp. Then I come home, shower up, get ready for work, get my son ready for school, breakfast, then off to dropping him off at school and then on to work, right? That's my day. It's already nonstop, it seems. But I noticed when I really got serious about trying to find the time I needed to write my book, I realized that, hey, I'm taking an hour lunch every day. I have a computer with me at all times. That's this cell phone. I can write on this phone. And so instead of taking a whole hour lunch and eating that entire time, talking to my coworkers and just chilling, I could find that time to write a little bit, to research a little bit. So the first 30 minutes of my lunch, because I have an hour lunch, is eating. The second 30 minutes is writing a little bit, studying, getting in that mind frame so that when I get home later today, I can continue that process of writing and researching. Now, the day is still busy, right? So once I get off of work, now I have, I'm in a position where spending time with my wife, having dinner and then, putting my son to bed. But I said, to my wife, I said, hey, I need to find time to write. So instead of us just every single night chilling on the couch, watching a little something, I need some time during the week to be able to go right into my office and work on my book. She was like, I'm in agreement with that. Cool. So now it wasn't 7 days a week. It was maybe 3 to 4 times a week, maybe 4 to 5 times, right? I tried to really force myself to do it. And so I would get my son to bed, try to get him to bed really early and really early. And I'm in my office by 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock at the latest. So now what am I doing? I'm in my office from 9 to midnight, sometimes later. But I try not to go too late, right? Because I'll, mess myself up for the next day to have the energy. But at least 4, 5 times a week, 3 minimum, I'm in my office 2 to 3 hours every night. Okay. And I'm putting the time in, some weeks more than others, to write the book. You can't do it overnight. But I'm trying my best to find my flow and fulfill my purpose. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I didn't have the energy to just go right to my office and work. So I would chill. All right, not tonight. But sometimes I would take my son to the jump park. I take my laptop with me, or I have my cell phone with me, and I'm right there. I'm working. I'm putting the words together. I'm writing my intro, doing what's necessary to get this book done. So I give you that example to just say, listen, you have to find your flow to fulfill that purpose that you have to fulfill. Writing that book was an assignment, and I wanted to complete that assignment, but I had to find my flow. So I want to encourage you, whatever that thing is that God has put on your heart to do, that assignment, you have to work at it. Do it little by little until you get it done. It will pay off. It will pay off, my friend. I love what Les Brown says. He says, if you do in life what is easy, life will be hard. But if you do in life what is hard, life will be easy. So it was hard being that disciplined, having that, really forming a routine every other night, going into my office and writing. But after a while, it became a habit. After a while, it became normal. And then I felt, man, I'm in my flow. And I was able to get the book written. Okay. Now, I want to encourage you. Whatever that thing is that God has put on your heart, go for it. Do it little by little. I said it before, right? If you want to go to that next level in life, hey, my shirt says it, next level up, right? I want you to level up. I wanted to level up. I never dreamed of being a published author, to be honest with you. But when God put it on my heart, that's all I needed, right? Because here's the thing, remember I told you, my mission is to inspire and equip people to reach their fullest potential. I thought that would be mainly through public speaking. I didn't know that would also be through a written book. I have the book around here somewhere. You would think I would have a copy because I'm talking about it. I got about 10 of them behind me. Let me grab one real quick. So, find your flow, fulfill your purpose. I was able to get it done. Okay? I was able to get it done because I had to find my flow in my daily life. So I want you to go after that particular thing that God has put on your heart. Find your flow, my friend, and fulfill your purpose. Okay? So I pray this message encouraged you, motivated you in some way. I want you to dream again. I want you to go back and think, what is that thing that's been placed on my heart? And go after it. Go after it. You can do it. I believe in you. Now, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. As a matter of fact, my 6-year-old said before I was coming in here to film this video, he said, Daddy, tell them if you can get 1,000 subscribers that you will do something hard. I was like, what? This is my 6-year-old. I was like, okay, I'll tell him, Aiden. So, hey, subscribe to the video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment because my son said, Daddy will do something hard. Now, I don't know exactly what that means because then in the next breath, he said, or he'll kiss somebody in public. I was like, what? And then my wife said, because she was standing there, she said, Aiden, the only person Daddy gonna be kissing in public is me. So I love that. But, you know, hey, it's a family affair, right? We love to inspire and encourage people in everything we do, right? And so whether it's affirmations, whether it's making videos, I want to encourage you, okay? Leave a comment, share with me that thing that's on your heart to do, and what's that next step you're going to do to go about fulfilling that thing, to find your flow and fulfill your purpose. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. God bless. Until next time.